Hey everybody, John Huber from the Maryland Education Network here with my second video in a series of 3 talking about the reopening of school systems. This next one, what I want to talk about here very simply is the actual allocation of the school day. How's this going to look for families and for kids? Before I get into that though, one thing I mentioned, my other one is about seating on the bus. According to them, it says that the Center of Disease and Control, et cetera, has published guidelines that recommends that students on school bus, a child sits one to a seat and by alternating rows. So your typical 70, according to them, 77 passenger bus. Now, if you've ever seen any of these buses, do you really think, first of all, it is an industry joke that 77 kids can fit on that bus. Think of 77 11th graders fitting on that bus. But anyway, according to the guidelines, they can. So anyway, a 77-seat passenger bus would allow for 13 kids. It's going to cause havoc. They also say things that they're doing is they're saying allow siblings from the same household to sit together, encourage the use of face coverings, recommending passengers sit in the same seat going to and returning trip. So, if you went to school and you sat in that seat, when you come home, you sit in that seat as well. We used to call that assigned seats. Allowing for alternate transportation, such as riding with parents. There it is. So they're starting to say, I don't know if we can do this. That's going to be a real tough sell, folks. That whole transportation piece. It is an explosion of dialogue just waiting beneath the surface, and it's going to be coming out shortly. Anyway, regardless of the whole school safety bus, let's talk about how the individual school day is going to look up. When it comes to the school day, there are essentially they're giving them 3 options. One is what they call one-day rotation, and one is what they call a 2-day rotation, and one's what they call an AB rotation. On a one-day rotation, 20% or 25% of the students would come to school one day a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, either Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. You have 20% of the 25%. You have a quarter of the kids there on Tuesday, a quarter on Wednesday, a quarter on Thursday, a quarter on Friday, and Monday would be reserved for teachers to do their planning and preparation and whatnot. So in that scenario, your kid goes to school one day a week. The other scenario is what they call a 2-day rotation, where half the school would come on Tuesday and Thursday, and the other half will come on Wednesday and Friday, again with Monday being for teachers. And the other possibility is an A week, B week, where half the school would come to school on an A week, and then the other half will come on a B week. Those are the suggestions by the state, so that's pretty much what the individual counties right now are trying to mill around how we're going to do this. The idea of opening the school for everybody to come, it's just not on board. There's lots of recommendations in here about the cafeteria and eating in classrooms and it just like I said, they've got their hands full and it's a tough job. It's tough sledding. I'm glad I'm not in that anymore to have to try and help figure this out. But anyway, those are the options that they're dealing with. So when you're starting to get these phone calls and surveys and all that, that's what they're trying to figure out. Thanks for joining us. Again, you have any suggestions, comments, whatever, I'd love to hear from you. Just go in the chat there, or not the chat, but the comments. Shoot me a comment. And again, if you're interested in homeschooling, shoot me a comment. Be happy to help you with that too. All right, have a great day.